I have a confession to make. Hey, what's up, YouTube family? Thanks for hanging out with me. I am Josh, and this is Flips, Finds, and Fun. Hey, maybe you've already subscribed, or maybe you've been thinking about it. Maybe you've been pondering, should I subscribe to this channel? Yes. But hey, I just really appreciate you stopping by today. Yes, I do have some fun things to confess, things where I still need to practice some of my steps. If you're wondering what steps those were, there were some tips and steps that I shared in my first ever video that I put on YouTube. You can check that out. It's right here on the channel. I'll also drop a link to it. But just love for you to check those out because things that I still messed up on. Being a little patient and shipping. I'm still learning. I'm still figuring it all out. So yes, I will show you what sold over the weekend. Sold 10 items, decent profit, but could have been a little bit more if I'd paid a little closer attention when listing and how I'm listing and what I'm saying and how I'm sourcing, however we are sourcing right now. So hey, let's get right into it and let's look at what sold this weekend. So first up, we have this men's blue Nike dry fit jersey. This running jersey, I picked this up at Goodwill probably about a month and a half ago. Got it for $2. Ended up selling for 13 plus shipping. Buyer was all in at $18. So pretty decent profit coming off of that one. Easy to ship, goes out first class. These lightweight items, especially even in these times, people are still out jogging and stuff. So pretty good little sale right there. Next up, we got these women's New Balance running shoes. As I said before, I love selling shoes. I picked these up at Goodwill about a month ago. I got these for $5.50. They ended up, the buyer paid $22. That was my asking price and covered shipping. These things had to go across country, so shipping was a little high, but I got, I say maybe $1 on that. But pretty decent profit. It's kind of in that profit margin that I like to make on shoes. And these just go out in that USPS shoebox. Look those up on USPS.com. They're great if you're selling shoes. There's just a quick, easy thing to tape up and get those shoes out there. Next up was a really cool find. This was a Disney, looks like it's late 60s, early 70s. It was a Mickey Mouse Disney salad fork and spoon, like a little utensil set, still in the package. This was a really cool find. Didn't see a whole lot of comps. I looked it up on some other platforms to see it was going for about $25, $30. The buyer offered $20. I accepted that offer. I paid $2.25 for these. So once again, buyer also covered shipping. Went out first class, so pretty good little profit there. Not upset about that at all, and actually just really cool find. I love finding things. It's part of my name, Flips, Finds, and Fun, because that was one of the cool finds that I found. Next up, I ended up selling 2 of these that I just got recently off of buying a bunch of tools from my neighbor cleaning out his shed. These are some of the things that I got over the weekend. By splitting everything up, these probably only cost me about $2 a piece. The first one ended up selling for $23. The second one was at $24. I asked $27 on both of them with free shipping. These are the 2 offers that I got, and they actually sold within the hour. So if you find any of these are vintage SnapOn. They're kind of like they remove some screw heads and stuff like that. So if you find these, maybe at some yard sales when we get the opportunity, and estate sales and stuff like that, SnapOn's just a very good brand. They went out first class at a $4 rate, so still pretty good profit on both of those items. And if I find those again, I'm picking them up. Next up, we got this Matchbox. It's a 1993 Dallas Cowboys tractor trailer Matchbox, still in the box. It was new. This actually came from my neighbor on the other side, who gave me 3 containers full of stuff, along with some board games that he found in the closet in his home. He said I inspired him to do some spring cleaning when I just talked to him about, hey, I'm an eBay seller and stuff like that. So he gave these all to me for free. This sold for $12.99, went out first class. I think it was still under $5 to ship out. But honestly, that is not a bad profit considering somebody gave me a lot of this stuff, and I've actually been listing a few more of those items that he actually gave me. So pretty good profit for a zero investment. Went out, like I said, first class, but really good find. Next up, we have this Deluxe Bingo game. This actually came from the first neighbor that I contacted through our neighborhood app to say, hey, I was looking for some inventory items. They ended up selling me a few DVDs and some Blu-rays, but also a set of board games. I want to say it was about 6 or 7, and they were pretty vintage. This one was a complete set. The box was a little beat up, so I was willing to, pay free, cover shipping on it, not realizing that that would be a mistake. Yeah, I deserve that. Because you need to probably think in perspective of where these items may be going. I listed it for $15. I didn't do the total free shipping. I put about $5 on there just to kind of cover a little bit of cost, but just considering that the box was a little rough. And it ended up needing to go to Puerto Rico, which is still fine for priority shipping, but ended up totally costing about $13. So didn't make a whole lot there, but like I said, I mess up on shipping from time to time. So, hey, still learning, still getting all this down, but want to share this information with you, so hopefully it helps you out as well. You ever have one of those sales that you just didn't want to hold on to anymore? That was this remote. I picked up some remotes about 2 months ago. I always say things like, man, I've had this for a long time and I haven't even been doing this that long, but it was just one of those items that I didn't know much about. Picked it up for $1, listed it for $9. I haggled back and forth with this buyer who seemed to be very interested in it. I settled on $5.50 and offered free shipping. I ended up, all in all, making a whole $1 off of this, but hey, I'm appreciative it was still in the positive. Just remotes, unless I find some really rare ones, just things I won't pick up without a little more knowledge. But yeah, they ship out first class. I did verify that it's working. Thanks for showing me that cool trick, Harry Tornado. That's a cool little trick to know if I do pursue any more remotes in the future. Next up was probably one of my favorite finds when I first got into reselling. I ended up watching another YouTuber. I can't remember who it was at the time, but I did my research on YouTube for about 3 months into getting into flipping myself, and one of the items that they came across through a Goodwill were these 35 millimeter negative sheet holders. They held the negatives for 35 millimeter film. I stumbled across these in my first probably 2 weeks of thrifting. I ended up picking up 14 packs. There were 25 sheets in each pack. I picked up all 14 for $1 each, so $14. This is the 6th one that I sell. I did a lot of 2. They don't sell the fastest, but the lot of 2 sold within about a month and a half. And now in this last month, I started lotting them in 4s. This set of 4, I offered free, I listed as free shipping. It fits into a flat rate bubble envelope, which cost $7.75 for me. And these sold for $34.99. I'm already in the profit from the first 2 that I sold, and I still have 2 more sets of 4 to ship out, and they're going for that $35 to $40 range. So great investment, great find, some of my most profitable stuff that I actually sold this weekend. And last but not least, I deserve that. A vintage 1968 stock market game. Found this at a flea market right before all this went down, and I found a couple games there, so I've done okay on other ones. This one reminds me to check the listing. The game was only 98% complete, and I sold it for $27.99, and it went pretty fast. Then I noticed free shipping. Forgot to correct that. In my first video, I kind of covered, be patient, double check your listing, the shipping. It's worth doing that, especially when somebody buys it on the other side of the country. I'm over here on the East Coast. They bought it over on the West Coast. And out of that $27.99, which I was $2 invested in, so potential to make pretty good profit there, I paid almost $15 in shipping. So yeah, go ahead, give it to me again. But hey, you do learn. These are great things, and I hope that you, by watching this, you'll be able to learn. But right now, I'm going to tally up for everyone kind of what my weekend total sales were, what the cost of fees and shipping were, and what my cost of goods were. And then see what our total is, see how bad some of those shipping woes dinged me. So let's check that out. So I'll put the breakdown right here on the screen just so we can see how those differences and what that shipping was. Like I said, didn't calculate the bingo game correctly and forgot to double check the shipping on the vintage board game. So here's my totals. So total sales on 10 items was $200.18. Between shipping and fees, what paid out was right at $87.13. And then my cost of goods, which was really good for $200 in sales, my cost of goods was $20.75. That brings a total out, once I subtract that from my gross sales, leaves me with a profit of $92.30, a little under that 50% where I would ideally want to be. And if I factor in those things, if I had somebody cover shipping and stuff, it would have put me over that 50% threshold, which is just a place that you want to be. But hey, these are the lessons in learning. These are lessons that I'm learning, and hopefully you just learn a little bit from this. Let my mistakes be your victories. That's why I try to keep this channel positive. Make sure you're having fun doing this. I love learning this stuff. So hey, comment below, where do you keep your profit margins at? Where do you ideally want to see your sales? Because when this breakdown happens, I'm not even quite averaging $10 an item, so that may mean that I need to increase the items that I'm going for, and right now that's tough, in the situation of finding things and researching things and figuring out how to source right now. But just let me know in the comments, kind of what things are you learning, or what have you been selling that's been successful? What are you seeing with good profit margins as well? I'd really love to hear just some of your input on all that stuff. So let me know in the comments below. Hey, so that'll wrap it up for today's video, and I don't want you to leave just yet. No. I'd really, really, really appreciate it if you could go ahead and like this video and subscribe as well, because I'm trying to grow this channel to help other people out. I even talked to one of my friends and one of the people that helps me with my full-time job about starting their own reselling business, and they said, man, they are so glad that I talked to them about this, because they were looking for maybe a change in pace in what they do, and I already believe they're going to be great at this. So I just want to grow our reseller community. I love chatting and hanging out with people. So if you subscribe and comment below, like I said, I'd love to just interact with you and figure out how we can grow this together. I really think we're on the brink of something good in the future. So I just want to say thank you so much for tuning in, hanging out right here at Flips, Finds, and Fun. Like I said, hit that subscribe button. Go ahead and hit that like button. Go ahead and comment below. Let me know how we can grow together, how I can help you, you can help me. I'd love to get some good relationships started and see how we can just, hey, let some eBay sales take over and really make some great money. So hey, thanks for hanging out with me. Love you guys. Thank you. Mean it so much. And I'll see you again soon. All right.